confused. The government doesn't have money to pay for paid sick days or long-term care staff, but it has $6 to $10 billion to build a highway that will pave over 400 acres of the Greenbelt and 2,000 acres of prime farmland to save commuters 30 seconds. Highway 413 is not only a waste of money, it threatens food and farming jobs, food security during a pandemic, and flood protection. This highway will supercharge sprawl and benefit speculators, but Ontarians will foot the bill. Speaker, will the Premier listen to farmers, listen to local elected leaders and community organizations, calling on the Premier to stop paving over the places we love by cancelling Highway 413?
Government House Leader.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As the member knows, just the other day, in fact, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing outlined a significant expansion of the Greenbelt in the province of Ontario, which includes something that the member raised, the Paris Galt Moraine, that she raised in the private member's bill. When it comes to building infrastructure in the province of Ontario, we've been very clear from the start that there was an infrastructure deficit that we inherited, and that we had to do our best to get people moving around, whether it's subways, Mr. Speaker, whether it's roads and highways. We are going to make those investments, but we'll do it in a way that is respectful, obviously, of the environment, which is respectful and takes into considerations what we're hearing from our partners at different levels, Mr. Speaker, and that includes this project.
And the supplementary question.
Speaker, of course I support expanding the Greenbelt, but no possibility of expanding the Greenbelt will cover up the government's efforts around environmental destruction. Actions speak louder than words. If the government is serious about expanding the Greenbelt, they would cancel the destruction of the Duffins Creek wetland. They would restore the power of conservation authorities. They would cancel Highway 413. They would bring back proper environmental assessments, and they would restore municipal regulation of below the water table aggregate extraction. All actions that affect the integrity of the Greenbelt. So, Speaker, will the minister give his Greenbelt conversation a bit of credibility by committing today to cancelling Highway 413, restoring the ability of CAs to protect us from flooding, and bringing back the environmental protections that the Premier has taken away?
What a great question.
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Finally, Speaker, a question about growing the Greenbelt. Fantastic. I was very proud yesterday, Speaker, to make an announcement that the government is delivering on our promise in the 2020 budget to grow the quality and the quantity of the Greenbelt. And Speaker, the member opposite, I would have thought would have been a little more enthusiastic, because I remember very clearly seeing the member before he was elected an MPP up in the gallery watching debate, and I remember talking to him about how that he wanted to put partnership over partisanship. So I'm glad that we took part of his private member's bill on the Paris Galt Moraine, added it to the consultation, because I believe, as members of this House believe, that we can make some good gains as a government in growing the Greenbelt by looking at the urban river valleys and by looking at the Paris Galt.
Thank you. Thank you very much.